My wife and I met working in a bar when we were in school, and she came out to her first rugby game, and she thought this was fun. She goes, and she even told her sister, she goes, met this guy, he plays rugby. I went out to the games, and we were having such a great time. But he's so irresponsible. There's no way that this is just a good time. He's not going to get married, type of thing. Well, things changed, but pretty much it's like, we have this understanding. Saturday's a rugby day. And she just goes, She used to come along a lot of the road trips. She knows the game. She loves the game. My kids used to go to practice with me when I was playing men's club sports, and they were little kids. And I don't know. I shouldn't even say this, but there'd be a metal trash can on the side of the field, and I want the kids wandering off while I was practicing, because my wife would say, take the kids if you're going to practice, and put them inside the trash cans. They'd just be looking over the top like this, and I'd be out practicing. Didn't have to worry about them going anywhere. I played my last competitive rugby game in 2010. So I played in the 1970s, the 1980s, the 1990s, the 2000s, and 2010s, 5 decades. I played competitive rugby, but it was actually 79 through 2010. Some of my players are kind of like, do you know everybody? Because we'll go to a tournament or something, and there'll be a team or a referee that comes in from Colorado, and he's like, hey Don, how's it going? And I'm like, hey Bobo, how are you? And they're like, where's that guy from? Oh, he's from Denver. You know everybody? I said, no, it's just the way rugby is. I'm not unique in that aspect at all. We all know each other. When I quit playing rugby and I was out of the game for a couple of years, except as a referee, she said I was miserable. I wanted to be involved, and refereeing was okay. I enjoy refereeing, and that's like thankless position, but somebody's got to do it right. And then I got injured and had to get my hip replaced, and so I couldn't run or do anything for about 2 years. I was trying to cycle, I was trying to lift weights, and nothing worked. I was miserable. And then Connor called me out of the clear blue and said, hey, we don't have a coach. Would you consider coaching? And I went, yeah, I sure would, because I wanted to get back in the game some way. But I had no idea what I was doing when I started coaching. I really didn't. I coached a little bit of club rugby when there wasn't, I was the oldest guy on the team, and we didn't have a coach, so I ran practices and coached people. So I kind of had always been taking younger players underneath my wing and showing them what they should be doing or not doing, kind of more one-on-one. My first year was the spring of 1979 in Ohio, and I got kicked out of a couple of schools up there, and I don't really want to bring that into the story, but I got in a fight. I was playing soccer, and I kind of got into a disagreement. Let's put it that way. A disagreement with the soccer coach up there, and he told me I was a goon and ought to be playing rugby. I was a good defensive player, and I was physical, and I could mark guys, and they would never ever get the ball, but he would put me in if somebody was a good player, and then he'd have me mark them and really mark them, take them down, slide tackle, play rough, do stuff like that, take them off their game, or if I got thrown out of the game, no big deal. Loved every second of it, and I was able to compete, but I was not a spectacular player at all, but I loved the game. So, I think that's what they catch. I think it makes them, in some ways it just kind of makes them go, he doesn't just talk the talk, he can walk the walk. He did do this.